Today I'm going to do something that is possibly going to be in violation of the CAA regulations again. Now, why do I say possibly? Well, it's because the CAA regulations are complicated, confusing and contradictory, and it's hard to tell in some cases when you're staying within the regulations and when you're not staying within the regulations. Now, there's a lot of you going to be saying, yes, but as a responsible drone flyer, it's up to you to make sure that you are complying with the blah de blah de blah de blah. Right, hi, you know who you are. Well, I've looked at the CAA regulations concerning this thing that I'm about to do, or I'm about to attempt to do, and I can't find a definitive answer to the question, is it within the regulations or not? Because it says that, words to the effect, that a drone operator must maintain control of the UAV, unmanned aircraft vehicle, yeah, whatever, at all times. Fair enough. But it also says that you're allowed to fly using active track, and you can even have it behind you where you don't have visual line of sight, as long as it's within 50 metres, or words to those effect. So there's a direct contradiction straight away. If you're flying a drone using active track and it's behind you or to the side of you or in front of you, are you in full control of that drone? According to the CAA regulations, you can do that, but it also says that you must be in full control of the drone. So here's a question. If you're flying a drone using active track and you're not touching the sticks and the drone's somewhere off to the side of you or behind you, so you're not really flying it. It's the software and the hardware that's actually flying that drone. So let's say the drone decides to take off, shoot off and crash somewhere, causing a massive explosion like we know these wee plastic drones can possibly do. Whose fault is it? Is it your fault as you were the pilot? But you're not really. So is it DJI's fault because they crashed it via their software? It's a question for a lawyer in the courts, not for me. What I'm going to attempt to do today is see if it's possible to fly 3 drones at the same time. And I'm going to take Lassie, my faithful DJI Mini 2, Caledonia, my young and impulsive DJI Mini 3 Pro, and Laddie, the hulking big beast of a DJI FPV drone. I'm going to send them all up into there at the same time. I'm going to use the DJI Mini 3 Pro's built-in active track to track me as I walk along, and I'm going to use Maven, a third-party app that I'm going to fly Lassie with, and it'll allow her to track me as I walk along as well. And while these 2 mini drones are going to be tracking me and flying along, I am going to be controlling Laddie, my DJI FPV, and I won't be wearing the goggles. Not because I'm worried that I don't have a spotter, but because if I'm wearing the goggles, I wouldn't be able to walk along without falling and probably breaking my nose anyway. So it's quite a windy day today, but I'm going to set up here in this area that's quite wild and away from any roads and buildings and people. And the only constructions that are anywhere near me, or those windmills up behind me. But I think if any of my drones decide to fly off and crash into one of those windmills, I don't think they'll explode or cause any damage to the windmills themselves. They'll only cause damage to their own wee bodies. So let's get set up and see if we're breaking the CAA regulations or not. Whoa, the wind's picking up now. Now, I'm not going to put the sticks onto the controllers of the two mini drones, because I intend just slipping them into this bag while they active track me along here, and I don't want the sticks to be bumped about, because that would cancel the active track. So the first thing we do is switch Caledonia on and get her up in the air and set our active track to parallel tracking. Right, there's Caledonia up. Let's get her over to the side. Have her looking down at me. And let's set her up to active track parallel. Now it's telling me that obstacle avoidance is unavailable. That's fair enough, I'm not bothered about that. There are no obstacles in the way, I've already checked. Time for Lassie. Right, so we're going to use Maven with Lassie, and that way she'll active track me. And I'm going to put her behind me, start hitting record, and she should track me. Right, and as soon as I fire Laddie up into the air, and I am going to be using the sticks with Laddie because I'm going to be controlling him myself, not using the software to do it. Right, let's see about getting him up there. There we go, so there's Laddie up too. So let's go for a walk and see if they follow me. Well, I can see Lassie coming. Caledonia is just turning. Doesn't look like she wants to follow me. Obviously there's something else I have to do with Caledonia to get to follow me properly. So let's just be careful with Laddie there. Careful that we don't crash, and we'll just send them up a wee bit in the air. There we go, that'll do. Right. Active track, parallel. Go. Subject too far, fly closer. Right, so let's bring her a wee bit closer. Right, let's see if you'll do it now. Parallel. Right, how are we doing? Let's go! Come on! Right, looks like Caledonia is just turning. So I'm going to put her into trace mode. Right, and see if she'll follow me this time. There we go. So we have 3 drones in the air at the same time. And I'm under full control of them. Of course I am. Right. So there you go, it can be done. Now why you would want to do something like this beats me. But there are probably applications for this You know, if you wanted to do some kind of cinematic documentary type thing and have 3 drones tracking you while you're doing it, you could do that. If you really wanted to. You have to be a bit mad to do something like this though. But I think you already know what's going on in my head. That'll do me for now. Let's get the drones back down. That's Laddie safely on the ground. Caledonia safely on the ground. And of course, my faithful lassie. Always willing to do whatever is required of her. Back safely on the ground. So there you go. 3 drones in the air all at the same time. Was I breaking the CAA regulations? I was in full control of one of the drones, and the software using active track was in control of the other 2 drones, which the CAA says is allowed. Leave a comment if you think I was breaking the CAA regulations there, and if you want to see a video where Lassie flies backwards at an awful rate of knots, that clip there will take you straight to it.